Hello. So today, what I want to do is take our foam logs that we went ahead and created with some spray foam and rock mud. And I know it just looks kind of like a little crazy right now, but basically what we're going to do is the first step is to take a brown tone, and I wanted a reddish brown color. I got this as an Oops paint, which is where I get most of my paint from a hardware store. Actually, I think it was Lowe's. Um, $9 for a gallon of regular paint. It's a really good price considering most of the times it's about 30 bucks for a gallon. But anyway, here's our pieces that we made, and I took sheetrock mud over the top of this foam in the previous videos. But basically, what I want to do right now is kind of show the first step here, which is putting down this base coat. And that's really not that difficult. Probably don't need a video for that. But what I wanted to just kind of talk about is a lot of people have asked, why not just use regular logs and put them in the fire, our fake fireplace, which is right here. I just primed this today. And basically, what's great about foam logs for our fireplace is I'm going to go ahead and put a grate in front of our fireplace when it's finished and the flooring is in. That way no one can really touch it. It's just for show. But the reason why I want to use fake foam logs as opposed to just buying some or grabbing some charred pieces of wood is I can manipulate this. I can actually take and get the sizes that I want. I can actually cut these the way that I want, and then also stack these much easier than, say, real wood. They're light, and I can glue them on top of each other and basically take up the void or the empty space, which I have in these areas right here. Hide that cord, and basically the foam and liquid nails that I would use to glue this down, very cheap materials that we can use. But like I said, we can manipulate it the way that we want to, stack these pieces of wood the way that we want to, and paint it and age it so that it looks like legitimate charred pieces of wood. But anyway, I just want to do a few of these, just paint real quick. The base coat, and like I said, this is not the final coat here. This is basically just something to give us a reddish kind of tint of what maybe some of the bark would look like. And then the next step over this one is going to be a gray. And so what we'll do is once all the brown is in here, we'll take some gray, put it over the top of the brown, and certain areas of the reddish brown will stick through, kind of like some bark possibly. And then after that's all done, I'm going to go ahead and take black spray paint and spray the areas which are supposed to be charred, basically to look like someone had these logs in a fire at one time, and maybe they pushed them off to the side, didn't need all of them. And when it's all together, our fireplace will have the effect, the goal anyway, is to have the effect of charred pieces of wood sitting in front of our fake fireplace, giving the illusion that this is an operating fireplace. So anyway, just wanted to real quick show what this is going to look like as it comes on. And obviously, it doesn't have to be perfect and get every little spot. And I've had some people mention, I primed this with Bullseye 123 primer. And like I was mentioning in the last video, it's probably the best primer that I've come across for multi-purpose use. I love it because it's very durable paint. I've been able to paint it on even glass before, and it gets a surface that's ready for a top coat. So on metal doorways in this building that I'm working on, sometimes you see oil or grease, residue on metal frames, things like that. And Bullseye 123 seems to get a great surface without even sanding. So Anyway, that's my plug for Bullseye 123, but it is great. So anyway, like I was mentioning before, this coat here is basically just to give the illusion that maybe there's some bark. And when we go ahead and take our gray over the top, that's going to be something that's going to kind of give contrast to this reddish brown. So almost like there's some bark coming through. A lot of these areas will be taken with black spray paint and charred. So real simple, just real quick little video. I just wanted to show the color that is the first step, this reddish brown.